Alright, this is a pretty complex one, so I didn't have enough space in the shot to arrange all my ingredients all fancy like, so we're just gonna do a big scroll here. So tonight we're making mint chocolate chip cookies, and for that you'll need flour, vanilla extract, mint extract, brown sugar, eggs, granulated sugar, butter, baking soda, salt, and let me go back a little bit. Right there, Andy's mint chips. Well, okay, I say mint chips, but they become rarer and rarer every year, so I'm going to show you how. I'm going to also show you how you can work with just like whole pieces of Andy's chocolate mint candy if you can't find the mint chips anywhere. But yeah, let's just get started. So first we're going to need to do a little bit of prep. You're going to want to beat your eggs very gently. And then the tricky part, you gotta unwrap, when you buy a pack of Andy's Mint Thins, you gotta unwrap each individual one, which is kind of difficult to do with one hand, but, I managed to do it. Then, you take a knife and just, and there you go. Then you put your flour, baking soda, and salt in a bowl, and mix them up before you realize you have the camera upside down. And in a separate bowl, you'll want your granulated sugar, your brown sugar, and your 2 sticks of butter, preferably refrigerated. But, if you only have soft butter, that's okay. And you want to mix them up with your hands if possible. You could use like a whisk or a spoon or something, but it's best to use your hands. Or, in my case, your hand. And yeah, the butter might be a little tough at first, but as you work with it, it'll get softer. Basically, you want to incorporate the sugars into the butter before it softens. Or like as much as possible before it softens. And then yeah, as you're working the sugar into the butter, it should get easier. And you just keep doing that. You just keep doing that until it's until you're able to like form it into a ball. Ladies. Next, you add your vanilla extract and just a couple drops of peppermint extract. You don't want that to overwhelm everything else in the cookie. Then you add your eggs. And mercifully, now you can use a fork to mix this. Again, it's a little difficult at first, but yeah, try not to stab it like I did. What you want to do is mash the butter. Actually, yeah, just mash it with a fork until you can like start stirring it. So yeah, once your butter-sugar mixture is all nice and mashed, you mix it in with the eggs, and then you begin to stir. And you keep on stirring until it begins to look like oatmeal that you added too much water to. Then once that's all done, you grab that bowl and pour it in with your dry ingredients. So, good news and bad news. Good news is we're almost done. Bad news is you gotta go back to using your hands, and this is probably the grossest step of the process. Because that stuff gets real sticky, and it's gonna get all over your hands. You don't want to be wearing long sleeves like I am, because you will need to wash your shirt or jacket after you're done here.
It's clobbering time!
And then once everything's incorporated, you pour in your mint chips, whether you chop them up yourself or bought them pre-chopped. And then you mix them in. Thankfully, the dough is a lot less sticky by now, so it should be relatively easy to incorporate the mint chips into it. And once you feel that the mint chips are evenly distributed throughout the dough, it's time to turn your cookie dough into straight-up cookies. So, you grab a baking sheet, spray it with some cooking spray, and then you grab yourself a tablespoon, scoop up some dough. You could also use a teaspoon if you want smaller cookies, but yeah, just arrange them on the pan. Again, it's easier to do if, you don't have a camera on one hand. Then you pop them into the oven, not realizing that your jacket pocket is obscuring the camera. Little pro tip, you'll probably want to use a bigger pan than this. And then, after about 10 minutes, they should be done. Now, don't worry if they're a little... if they look like that. because once they cool, they will they'll look, yeah, they'll look more like that. So you just take your cookies off the pan as soon as you can and put them onto a cooling rack. And there was a chunk left behind on the pan, so I'm gonna give it a little taste test. Hell the fuck yeah. And there you go. That is how you make Auntie Pluvius's Jolly Green Giant Cookies. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, you can use green food coloring if you want, but I've stopped doing that because people always say, oh, what's that green stuff? Because I never put enough, so it's only like a little hint of green instead of like actually green cookies. So that's the name's kind of lost its meaning, but you know the spirit is still there. But yeah, you know, if you make these cookies, I hope you enjoy them, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then no further actions required on your part, and we'll see you next episode.